I really thought things would be better for my sister than they were for me. Like, people are so much more aware of bullying than they were a few years ago.
To start with, it wasn't too bad. Just a bit of teasing, mean stuff about how I looked, the way I talked in class, all things I could cope with. But then they started saying it all the time. Whenever I was around them, they'd start again. It was okay when I was at home. I could just block them online. But there was always school.
At first, we were sure it wasn't a big deal. The school told my mum it was just friendship stuff. You know, girls will be girls, that sort of thing.
I tried doing what they tell you. I told a teacher. I told lots of teachers. And to be fair, a few of them tried having a word. But it just meant they knew I hadn't kept my mouth shut.
But we noticed how withdrawn she was. My little sister used to be the complete opposite of me. She was always talking, always something she wanted to tell us about. That just stopped, like she'd been turned off.
My mum even tried talking to the school, but they just told her that they can't control what people do outside school. It didn't matter that most of it happened in class, because some of it was online, and they said there was nothing they could do.
I was so angry. It didn't matter what we said. They didn't try to do anything. They wouldn't even pull them out of their class or move her so she didn't have to see them. Eventually, I was so mad that I ended up screaming at the teachers. That landed me in the head teacher's office.
Now I don't even try to get things to change. I just avoid school. Every night I lie awake thinking about excuses for the morning. I've managed about 2 weeks off this time, but I know Mum's going to have to send me soon.
Just because it's harder to control what kids say about each other doesn't mean they can just stop trying. It shouldn't be up to me or my sister to sort things out so she can get through the school day.
On the days when it's really bad, I just leave the school. Every time I know it puts me further behind and makes it harder to catch up. But I just don't know where else I can go anymore.
I didn't really know what anxiety was until I went to comp. I just knew that I was scared a lot.
Lying to my friends always made me feel really guilty. I try to only do it once or twice a week, but yeah, I feel awful every time. It's not that I want to lie, just when I feel out of sync with everyone, like they're moving a little bit too fast for me. So when my mate asks, "Do you want to come out?" I do want to go, but then I start thinking over and over, what if there's people we meet that I don't know? What if no one talks to me? What if I say the wrong thing?
Everyone called me shy a lot when I was little. I wasn't the chattiest kid most of the time. When I went to primary, it felt like everyone knew how it worked except me. I was always on edge, like someone was coming up behind me, going to grab me. Sometimes, my mum had to come get me because I could not speak.
So I tell them I've got something else to do and stay home. The problem is, people think that something is making me worry. And it's like there is, and there isn't. It's not something you can fix. I'm just me.
Once people know that you're not the same as them, they can be nasty. In a way, I was sort of relieved because this is what my brain was telling me would happen. And at least I was right. I was weird, people didn't like me. I should stay as far away from them as possible.
Sometimes I find it easier to hang out online. I have friends in America who I've never met, but we can play games for hours. I get worried that my friends at home will think I don't want to hang out, but I find it easier to talk when I'm killing zombies.
It wasn't until I went to comp that someone explained the way the other kids were acting was bullying. I had never questioned it. It just seemed like what I deserved. When you're weird, you have to accept that people don't like you. I didn't realise that you can control the voice that tells you those things. Doing that made me realise that I didn't deserve to be treated like that.
I know that I talk too much when I feel anxious, and it can annoy people, but I hope that my friends will learn that if I can do things my own way, then I will get there.
I still get, jolts in my stomach when I've said something stupid. There's still a voice in my head telling me that people will think I'm stupid now, or careless, or whatever. It's easier to ignore if I can talk about it, and if people will listen to me.
People only started asking me my pronouns a few years ago. For ages, I didn't know what it meant. Now it has to be like the second thing you say to someone. If you don't go name, pronouns, and what are you into, then people get a bit funny.
I always knew I felt different around my friends. I couldn't tell you how I was different, but there was always something hanging around in the back of my mind.
It's not that I minded people asking me to call them something else, or not say she, or whatever, but whenever I tried to ask anything, people would get upset or angry. I was the bad guy for not just understanding.
Once a few of my friends came out, I started thinking, maybe I felt a bit like them. I didn't want the same things as most of the people I went to school with. I know everyone hates their bodies when they're going through puberty, but mine felt like it belonged to someone else.
I did try to find out what I was supposed to say. I looked around online, but all anyone would ever say is why the other side was wrong. I just wanted someone to tell me how to talk to people without upsetting them.
It began to feel like this thing I didn't have a name for, following me around, something I couldn't get away from. People kept asking me, are you this? Are you that? Are you a boy? Are you a girl? Or telling me I was this or that. And I just knew that people would find me easier if I could tell them what I was.
It's not that I want to make people upset, but if you can't talk to me about being trans or whatever, then how am I meant to understand? I can't read minds.
For a bit, just having an answer when people asked made things feel better. And I had a group of people who felt like I did. Except, whatever I was still different. And gradually it felt just the same as pretending to be like people at school.
I think people need to realise the labels are your choice, and you can't put them on other people. I just want to be me, and for you to be you.
I'm happy that so many people want to help me figure this out, but they can't do it for me. There's only one person who knows how I feel, and I just need to be me until I can work it out. People always have something to say about my body. Ma'am, the boys at school, everyone, which is weird because I didn't used to think about it at all. And then online it seems the same. Someone always needs to tell you something about how you look.
I play a lot of games, so I'm always online, but people are always talking about how they look, which is fine. It's not really my thing. To each their own, you know? But on any picture or post I put up, doesn't matter what it is, someone will say something.
And some of it is nice, or, it's meant to be nice. They're not calling you names or anything, but it's still weird knowing that anyone can say anything they like.
You're looking a little thin.
You've put on some weight.
Really feeling out these days?
Been to the gym, have you?
It suits you.
It doesn't.
Most of the time, I try not to be bothered because it's only people. And I can tell myself they're just messing. Like, they don't really care about how I look. But when it's not just one or two people, it's everyone, all the time, I just feel buried under all the comments. It's like I don't know what I really look like underneath what they see.
Once I lost her in the comments, I told everyone to leave me alone. I told them they were stupid, that I didn't care. People just took screenshots. They said I was dramatic, I had anger issues, I couldn't take a joke. I still get sent the screenshots. People I don't even know say that's what I'm like. And I can't even argue, because I did say it. I can't take it back.
Even if you like the way you look, that doesn't mean everyone else will. Me and my mate started putting some of our dances online, just as a laugh, but it made me feel good. I liked watching us. It was cool seeing other people's versions. It made me feel like I was part of something big. Then the comments started, and by the end I couldn't even tell when people were joking or when they were really saying nice stuff. Now I won't even let my mum put pictures of me online. I just don't want to give people a chance to take the piss.
If someone asks me to send them a photo of myself, I generally don't even know if there's one I could pick. Like, I know what I look like, but I don't think anyone would be able to look at a photo and see me. Like, not really me. So I just disappoint them when we meet up.
One person is easier to shut up than a group, and we keep making it easy to choose a group and forget that there's a person on the other end. It should be up to us to be happy with who we are and how we look.
Until people start seeing me for me, we'll keep shouting at each other and getting nowhere.
Taking the first step to opening up about how you're feeling is really hard, but things can start to get better when you do.
With the right help, it's easier to find a way forward and get back some control over your life.
All it takes is a bit of understanding. None of us have the same experiences, but being there for each other can help all of us.
It might not always feel like it, but you'll be able to deal with anything that's bothering you. Other people have, and if you need them, they'll be there to help.